Any issues with the hand at all?
No, I'm getting better with it. As far as last month, it's been good. So.
When were you full strength with that again?
This month.
This month?
Yes, sir.
How were you in spring? How did that feel when you were practicing through it in the spring?
As far as my hand?
Yeah.
I mean, everything was good up until the point where I ended up injuring it, but nothing big after that.
Was that frustrating, having to miss spring?
I mean, yeah, yes and no. It gave me a good amount of time to rest and just focus mentally on the plays and focus on protections and whatnot. So I think it was kind of a good, but at the same time, I learned a lot better doing, than just watching. So.
How much has your life changed in the last 8 months, 9 months since the championship game?
I mean, it's definitely changed a lot, and I think that goes for anyone who's in the spotlight or whatnot, and who nobody really knows about, and performs in a big situation. So, I think that's, it's changed, and I think that goes for anyone that does something at least decent on a big stage. So.
Tua, where would you like to take your game to the next level, and maybe the things you're focusing on improving?
You said what would I?
Yeah, what would number one thing that you'd like to improve?
I think everyone has a lot of things to improve on, but for me, I'd say my biggest thing is working on my relationship with my teammates. We have a lot of younger guys, and helping out a lot of the younger guys, getting to understand the plays, getting to understand, how everything works around here, getting them kind of going within our system. I think that's going to help us better not only each other, but better ourselves as a team. So.
Who are some of the young receivers that have impressed you so far?
I mean, we've had our receivers from last year, our freshman group from last year. Now we're sophomores. Jalen Waddle has been a really good asset to us as well. We have Xavier Marks as well. So I think we'll be fine as far as what we can do at our receiving corps.
What do you have to do to win the job?
What do I have to do to win the job? For me, I'm not really focused on winning the job. I don't think that's ever been in my persona. I think what we have to do as a team is what's most important to me. We got to focus on what we can do now to better ourselves, better each other. And, as the season goes on, we'll see and whatnot. But we're just focused on trying to better ourselves as a team, preparing for the first game, and just looking at how we can identify ourselves this year.
Has it been weird or uncomfortable or awkward or anything for you and Jalen, knowing that there's so much talk that it's going to get settled on the field that still people are talking about it too?
I mean, nothing. We don't talk about any quarterback controversies at practice. Me and Jalen don't even bring it up. As far as this season, we're just looking at getting each other better. There's no negative contingencies. We don't go into games thinking I might not start, or I'm going to go into this game and I'm going to throw a pick. No negative contingencies. We want to be positive. Because the team looks at that. The team looks at what we say. At the media as well. And so, I just don't want anything, to ruin our relationship and whatnot. And I don't think anything between me and Jalen is bad. So.
And Tua, how much have you learned from Dan Enos thus far as a quarterback's coach?
Oh, we've learned a lot. It's a lot different now from last year. Last year we didn't really have a certified specific position coach, and now that we do, it gives us the opportunity to have someone really, hone in and focus in on just our position, So every little thing he corrects us on, and yeah.
Tua, did you think that when you was over in Hawaii and you talked at the middle school that was going to take off the way it did about your mindset if you didn't play a national championship? Did you think that was going to like that kind of national attention when you were discussing?
No, I think it was taken out of context. But at the same time, that was in May and whatnot. This is what we're trying to focus on now. Is our football season ahead and today's practice. For fall camp. So.
Coach Saban talked about not a two-quarterback system. He didn't use that term, but about utilizing everybody who can help. Is that the way you look at that, or?
I think that's the way we all need to look at it now. we've had many speakers, you know, in the past, and we had a speaker last night, and his name is Eric Thomas, and I know a lot of people know Eric Thomas, and he talked about difference between someone who's a beast and someone who's a winner. You know, right now we're a team that wins. You know, we're known as winners. But what separates you from being a beast and a winner is beasts don't complain about what they don't get or what they can't get, because it's something that's going to happen in the end result for them. You know, winners, it's almost like it's given to them. It's like some people didn't have to work for their height. You know, some people didn't have to work for their weight. You know, it's kind of like it was written for you to be a winner. And so I'd say that that's kind of honed into me and kind of honed into the team, that, you know, whatever's going to help benefit the team is going to be what's right. And, you know, and Coach Saban and his coaching staff will make the best decision for us.
I'm sure you've seen the championship pass a lot of times. Have you gone back and looked at the other parts of that, the sack, the interceptions, the things you can improve on? Oh, most definitely. You know, we've watched it in film. You know, we have film, good, bad, and ugly, and, you know, that's definitely been on the ugly. And, you know, it's most definitely something you can learn from. You know, instead of taking a sack, throw the ball away. So.
All right. Thanks, guys.